Hello everybody, I just wanted to introduce the grade calculator for you. What you do here is you enter your grades from the grade book into these shaded cells. So some of these cells are missing a score because you don't have that yet maybe. And so you can put a forecast in there. So let's say that you're planning on really taking those last two quizzes to a very high level, maybe even 100. And you're trying a new strategy, you're feeling pretty good about it, so you're going to put 85 in there. And then final exam, let's say you're keeping it modest, 770. You're hoping to do a lot better, of course, but let's just say what happens if you put 70 in there and you've gone to a couple of career events and you've answered a couple of quizzes and so surveys, and so you have 12 extra credit points, or you have to go to the grade book and see how many extra credit points you have. There are formulas in these larger bolded cells that calculate the quiz average and the chapter exam average and multiply it by the points assigned to that category. So this 100 out of 1,000 is based on your quiz average. Your average here was 85 times the 100, so you have 85 points from your quiz category. Your online homework, let's say it's 92, that's 50 of the 1,000 points, so you'd have 46, the 92% of 50. And then your chapter exams, that average is times 600. So in this case, should exam 5 be that? That's a forecast, but you'd be getting 480 points from that category. Final exam is 20, so you'd be getting 140 if 70 was your final exam, and that's a forecast. And then the budgeting project, let's say you got a 95, so 48 points would go there. And that's coming from up here, right? How much is each of those categories weighted towards the 1,000 points? Then add in, of course, your extra credit points. And in this case, should these be the actual grades, 811 puts you squarely in the 800 to 879 range. And so you can play with it a bit. Let's say you are curious, what if you got an A? You still don't get up into that B plus range. So maybe that will take a little stress off of you, that anything above 70, you're going to get your B. And so that makes it a little more comfortable maybe. Another possibility to consider that might be a little bit motivating here on the final exam is that if this is higher than a prior exam, one exam, we have a redemptive policy that it can cover. Since it's cumulative, you're being retested on things that were already on the prior exam. So if you got 70, this lowest exam score you got would be covered up by the percent from your final. All right, so now if you get an 85, now that may, in fact, in this case it doesn't, but for other great scenarios, it may in fact toggle you over a borderline. So if you had an 876, it might in fact toggle you up to the B+. So just something to think about. All right, so you can put your final exam score in there, whatever you forecast, and sort of play around with this however you want. And of course, once your scores are all in, you can fill this out and you can see the number of points and you'll be able to see exactly what grade would be put in the grade book for you. All right, let me know if you have any questions.